Even everybody thought I'd catch up with you all, tell you where I am, 2.5 weeks post-injury. So we'll start at the beginning, week 1. First 3 or 4 days, honestly, I was in so much pain. I really thought that I was going to be out for a month. I really didn't think my knee would heal up. My toes were absolutely throbbing. My legs were hurting, but I was expecting my legs to hurt after doing what, running about mountains and stuff. So, but by the, I had to go back to work on the Thursday and Friday, but by the Thursday and Friday, my legs were feeling sort of okay. I went to work, I was still hobbling around at work. Luckily, in my job, I can take a break whenever I want to take a break, which I was every half an hour, 45 minutes-ish, just take myself 10 minutes, take my shoes off because my toes were absolutely throbbing, honestly. So, but by that Saturday, I did feel okay. I mean, I go away, I was only half day on Saturday, went into work, felt a little bit better. I thought, if it is my legs, that might heal a lot faster than what I'm thinking. My girlfriend didn't even notice I was starting to walk properly, well, as good as I walk. By the next week, by the second week, so I felt alright on the Monday, this week 2. So I felt alright on the Monday, so much I thought, you know what it is, I'm going to try and pedal my bike. So I got my old bike out downstairs, pedalled around the block where I live. My knee felt okay, my legs felt okay. I thought, well, I might try and pedal to work. Just take your time, cruise along, as to say. So pedal to work on the Monday, working back, done the same on the Tuesday, working back, felt okay. Like I say, I didn't push anything. I was freewheeling a lot of the time, to be fair, but I just wanted to rotate my legs. It's very low impact on a bike, and it's a good way to get your muscles stimulated again. And I felt really good, I felt great. Had a couple of days off, didn't do any sort of training, didn't do absolutely anything. I was off on the Friday, I was at work half day on the Friday, so I thought, you know what, I'm going to try a little bike ride on my good bike, just up the coast and back, a little 13 miler, came back. I thought, you know what, I'm going to try a little run, see where I am. But I must say, by this point, I still can't walk up and down the stairs. I could walk up sort of, I wasn't shimmying up, shall we say, but I could not go downstairs. My knee was clicking. Every time I went to go down, it was just click, click, click. So I thought that was going to be, I don't know, probably going to last another week or so, 2 weeks. I had no idea, but I wasn't getting any pain from it whatsoever. By this point as well, by the end of week 2, I'm walking fine on the flat. I'm back to walking, absolutely normal, walking around at work. Like, the injury never happened, as to say. So I thought, oh well, I came off the bike, did 30 miles, came off the bike, done a little run. I mean, there were 11-12 minute miles. I'll show you how slow it was. So I just little jog, went up and down a couple of hills, nothing big, just little inclines. Felt great, felt okay. Left it at that. Now I was supposed to be doing the Windermere Triathlon on that Sunday, but we had already booked the hotel, and I was already booked to help out on the sprint event on the Saturday, and then do the main event on the Sunday. There was no way was I even going to attempt it. I wanted to do, but to be truthful, I would have been just suicidal. I would have been absolutely stupid. And I don't think my lass would have let us either, like, so. And you know their rule. So I thought, well, I'm just going to go and enjoy myself for the weekend, and anyway, which I did. I thought it was great. It was great to be there to see how much hard work goes in to putting the triathlon on. Like, dear team, I mean, they work so hard at getting it all up. I mean, there's lots of things that you don't think about. I was talking to Daniel, who owns Wild Day events, and I was talking to him about different things, and there was stuff that I didn't even think about that you had to do to put these type of events on. So it was nice just to see it from the other side. Normally I just rock up these events and your head's just in a zone to, right, put my bike there, put my shoes there, put me that there, and you're just so focused on yourself and what you've got to do, you don't think about everything else that has to happen. People have to go out on the boats, put the boys out there, the canoe, people helping to get out, people keeping you safe around the actual place, the event itself, people out on the course, it's all these different things. So it was nice really just to see that side of it, and it was nice to help out, as in help everybody get out the water, knowing how you feel when you get out the water. Anybody that's done triathlon, your legs just go all wobbly when you get out the water, especially if you're not very good. I mean, like the pros, obviously not, do you know what I mean? But like the average people like myself, your legs just go a bit wobbly, and you need a hand to get out the water sometimes and that. So it was nice to see that. I went out on the bike course. I was marshalling on the bike course, getting everybody back into the main start and finish straight. Like I say, really enjoyed it. It was nice because I know what it feels like. I know how they feel. A couple of people going past us, especially when I done my first one. People went past us and said, never doing this again, I've never done. And they will, because I said that. The first time I done one, I went, I'm never doing that again. And I did. I've done several that now, a good few. So, but yeah, it was a good weekend. I managed to get over Oldswell on the Saturday, me and my lass. I done a swim about 100 yards or so, maybe a little bit further into the lake. My lass went paddleboarding. Again, it was nice just to have a relaxing time. I swam, my legs were fine, my arms were fine, because obviously as well, when I fell, I did hurt my shoulder. That was fine as well, so I was happy with that. And then helped out again, like I say, helped out again on the Sunday. But anyway, it was on the Sunday, it was when I got up in the morning and I walked down the stairs in the hotel and I realised my knee wasn't clicking. So I went back up the stairs, come back down the stairs about 3 times, and then realised, you know what it is, my knee's fine, it's absolutely fine now. It's not clicking, it's not hurting, it's brilliant. So I'm chuffed a bit to that. So I need to get a drink of water. It's just absolutely red hot today. 26 degrees or something out there it was in my car when I was coming home from work, and anyway. So, so yeah, that's where I stand with that. So that's the first 2 weeks. We're now into week 3. I'm halfway through. So Monday, what I decided to do is go on a 3 mile 10k run. But what I've decided to start doing, because what I feel like I have problems with is just going out and doing a run. I run better if I run after I've been on a bike. So I got the little old bike out. I'm trying this from now on in, just at home of course. I got the old bike out, just pedalled 2 mile, then like a mile out, mile back, 2 mile, and then ran. I feel better when I run. I think it just wakes my legs up a little bit better, quicker. Ended up doing my second best PB, 10k. 2 reasons why I wanted to do that. One, just to try that theory, the bike, and then into a run. 2, see where my legs are at. See where my knees are at, my hips at. How do I feel after being injured for 2 weeks? Can I run fast? Can I do? I felt absolutely fine. I was chuffed a bit, to be fair. Well, my left knee was hurting a little touchy yesterday, but it always does that every now and then, my left knee. I've injured it that many times. So, yeah, so I was happy with that. Biked it yesterday, 36 miles to work. Didn't push it all. I think my bike average was like 14 miles an hour. Absolutely nothing really in the grand scheme of things. But again, it was just to see where I'm at, where my legs are at, where my body's at. Went swimming last night. Didn't really do very much in swimming, if I was honest. I think because of the swim on Sunday, I done me indoor swimming as such. I've got these elastic bands as such, to try and practice my swim stroke. I think I was a little bit tired out with that, and just again trying to get myself back into the swing of things. So that's where I'm at really with training. Obviously, where me event wise, what I'm thinking of is, well, not what I'm thinking of, what I've got planned, what I'm trying to stick to the calendar with. So 3 weeks time, I want to try and do the coast to coast both ways. Hopefully, if my legs will do it, but I'm going to call it the week after next. So I want to train and I'm going to see how my legs feel over the next couple of weeks. If I feel like I still haven't got my legs back endurance wise, I'm just going to bail on it and maybe just do it next year. But I'm going to try and do it anyway. But anyway, the plans with that, if it all pulls off, and I'm sure it will, is to pedal from South Shields, the south side of the Tyne, to Whitehaven, and then back to the north side of the Tynemouth, just down the road from where I live. That is the big plan, about 240, 250 miles-ish, hopefully in a day. But like I say, I'll keep you posted on that, and I'll tell you what's going on with that as I'm training over the next couple of weeks. So, we'll get down to the nitty-gritty. What did I learn, and what mistakes have I learned from? I'll get another drink for this, I think. So, my son, when we're driving up to do the 3 Peaks, he was keep going on about, he writes this down in his journal and that in a journal and stuff. He does trading and Bitcoin stuff and whatever. I don't understand any of it whatsoever. So then I started asking him, why do you write the journal? What's in the journal? And he goes, well, all the mistakes I make, like everything that goes wrong and the things that go right, and I write them all down, and then every now and then I'll go back and read them and look through them and see what mistakes I made and see where I can where I went wrong and what I can put right. And then I thought, well, I've been off these last couple of weeks, and that's a great idea, that. Like, I've heard of people doing it before. I've heard people keeping diaries and stuff, but I've never really done it myself or thought about it myself. As of any years I've seen any of my other YouTube videos, anything. I'm dyslexic. I'm not very good at reading and writing. I am trying my best. I mean, I'm way better than what I ever used to be. So this is another thing for us as well. I'm enjoying writing stuff down, like trying to learn how to spell words better and stuff like that. So it's doing 2 things at once. 1, I'm helping with dyslexia. 2, it's helping us to write down where I went wrong with this. And I've picked this apart. I've picked the absolute bones out of this. I'm 6 pages in at the minute. I'm not going to bore you with all of it, but some PowerPoints on it, as to say. I personally think I was complaining all day on the day about bad stomach, not being able to get enough food inside us, not being able to drink enough on the day. I think it was prior 2 weeks beforehand. So I have the same sort of diet, same sort of nutrition. I've had the same sort of nutrition diet for a good while now, and I'm quite happy with it. It seems to be working. So, but 2 weeks before that, I went to Iceland. Go to Iceland. It's right next to work, and there's a big Iceland warehouse just not far from my house. I do a lot of my shopping there, and they had my protein stuff. I know loads of my mates that do loads of gym and other stuff. They love it, swear by it. I've seen lots of people on YouTube and all the rest of it buying it, and whatever. So anyway, they had it all on special. I thought, a little shot of that'd be great. Had a shot of that. So I ate a lot of that on that week. My bad stomach started that week. Now, was it down to the MyProtein stuff, or was it just down to I picked up a bug of some description, some sort? I don't know. I can't say. The week leading up to it, so that's 2 weeks beforehand. The week leading up to the 3 Peak Ultra, I went back to normal, proper diet, but I still had this little bad stomach. It wasn't bad. I just knew I wasn't eating, as much as what I normally would be. Anybody that knows us and anybody that's watching any of these videos knows I eat a lot, and I can take a lot of fluid in, and I take a lot of food in. I'm like, it's an ongoing joke with friends, shall we say. I'm one of them freakish people that can be doing a monster bike ride. I can stop off at a cafe, and I don't just need a coffee and a chocolate. I can literally have bacon sandwich, full on English breakfast, coffee and a cake and ice cream, and jump on a bike and pedal and have no stakes, have no problems, have no bad stomachs or anything. So I definitely think on the day when I kept on complaining about I can't keep stuff down, that was something to do with something that happened 2 weeks prior to it. Was it the MyProtein? Did I change my diet? Did that upset my stomach a little bit? We'll never know, but it could have been. Again, the week of it, the first 2 days at work, I was by myself, just the way holidays went at work. And when the other lads came back on the next 2 days, and then I was off on the Friday. So it was a very stressful week. I was going to work earlier, I was leaving work later, and I thought I was resting because my bike rides got shorter and my runs were getting shorter, and I was resting a lot when I got home. But did I really rest? Because my job was very stressful for that week. I was doing more than what I normally would for that week. Did that have any contributions into why? I wouldn't say I felt tired on the day, but I knew I wasn't myself. I knew I didn't have my energy levels that I would normally have. That had nothing to do with falling over. Nobody could have predicted that. I'd already fell over prior on the day, probably 20, 30 times, and I'm not exaggerating about that. I've spoken to lots of other mates that do lots of fell run and stuff. They fall all the time. It happens. It just does. But obviously not the severity of the last fall. But what I was thinking about on the day, I've watched loads of my little videos and stuff, and all my videos I'm saying I can't eat, I can't drink, I've got a bad stomach, I can't eat, I can't drink, I've got a bad stomach. Several times. I've made a little montage, which I'll go on about that at the end anyway of the day. So with that as well, would I have actually done all of them without the fall? I don't know if I would. I'll be honest, and you've got to be honest with yourself. I don't know. I think I would have made the Scaffells, and I would have done them, and I probably could have gotten a Helvellyn, but could I have? I couldn't eat enough calories to keep going, to keep doing all that. And I was chasing hydration. Absolutely, I was chasing hydration from the off. So could have. I don't know. I really don't know. But taking all that into account, say the fall happened, I can't help that. The injuries happened, I can't help that. But what I can help is everything that I think I've done wrong leading up to it. 2 weeks prior, leading up to it. That's what I've put down in my journal. That's all the things that I'll not be doing or rectifying for next year. I am going to give us another shot in 2026. Same sort of crack. Longest day of the year. Trying to do it in 48 hours if I can. And if I can it, I can it. But I'm still going to do all 9 mountains. 3 highest in Scotland, 3 highest in England, 3 highest in Wales. Off the belt. But that's next year. This year is try and see how many legs off the coast to coast. If they're not ready, I'm going to pull it because I really wanted to do Geordie Man 70.3. That's my aim. That's really what I want to do. I want to try and do it the best I possibly can as well. So if I don't feel well on the day and I don't feel right and I don't feel the preps right, I'm just going to pull it. But we'll see about that anyway. So, but what I have picked out from it on these last 2.5 weeks, and a lot of my friends have pointed out, really, like, I thought I'd failed, and in my eyes I had failed. I only done 3 of the mountains of the 9, but when you look back at it, I did do the 3 highest peaks in the UK, over 10,000 feet of climbing, 31 miles in total covered, and I'd done it in just under 16. It was under 16 hours. That's what time it was when I got back to the car, and that was after us having to hobble down of Ben Nevis for 3 hours as well. So I've got to take that as something. It's still an achievement in itself. The 3 highest peaks in the UK in under a day. So oh, now I'm thinking, well, I am chuffed a bit with that. That is something. But it's not my big goal. It's not the goal that I want. That's a little bit further away, but it needs a little bit more working on. I do feel like I didn't train enough as well. Going back to that, going back to more things I've picked out. I did train, and I did train well, but I think I needed to train harder, and I need more mountain time, as they say, which I'm going to do. But anyway, that's for next year, to pick the bits on the way there. As I was saying before, I've made a little montage. The reason why I made a little montage, because I was trying to make a little film about it as I was doing it. But Scotland being Scotland, it's the windiest place in the world. Well, actually not. Iceland was probably the windiest place I've ever been in the world. But other than Iceland, I didn't put that on my mic on the day, and honestly, I've went through some of the footage, and you just can't hear what the hell I'm saying. You can hear little bits, and you can hear a lot of wind, basically. So I've decided to make a little montage of it. My son flew the drone. We took the drone with her. We could fly it in the morning, but by the afternoon and by bedtime we couldn't fly it whatsoever. The wind was just so bad. But he's literally only flown the drone twice. So some of the footage wasn't that good, bit jerky, bit this, so I've tried to use as much as that as what I possibly can. So I've made a little montage. I'm going to put that on the end of this video. So that's about it really. I'm going to wrap it up there. It's 10 o'clock at night. 10 o'clock, it's not. It's nearly 9 o'clock at night. I haven't had my dinner from, and my stomach's battling over now. My tea, sorry. So I'm going to go off, get my tea, get some scran, and then go an early night, and then get up for a run in the morning. So, you know what I'm going to say. Never stop, never tire. I'll catch up with you next week.
the scenery, man. There it is. Look at that, man. It's a right nightmare. It's the crack coming down from the Ben.